Thank you for joining us. If I could get a motion, please, to go into special session.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Up first, we have our public hearing for a Charter Amendment, Article 7, Section 717.
Good evening. A public hearing is being held to amend Article 7, Section 717 of the Charter of the City of Hagerstown. Article 7, Section 717 authorizes the city to borrow money for any proper public purpose by the issuance and sale of its general obligation bonds. The proposed amendment is intended to provide the city with flexibility regarding the issuance of its general obligation bonds and will repeal the current Article 7, Section 717 in its entirety. As of today, at 5 o'clock, there have been no written comments received, and this item will remain open for written comment submissions through May 20 of 2022.
Okay. Does anyone want to speak for or against these amendments? Do you guys have any questions?
No.
Okay, so we will leave this open until May 20th, 2022. Up next, we have a public hearing for the real property tax increase.
A public hearing is being held for fiscal year 23 tax rates. The tax rates proposed are the same as the current year rates of $1.002 for all real estate excluding apartments, $1.032 for apartments real estate, and $2.505 for personal property per $100 of assessed value. The State Department of Assessment and Taxation's constant yield calculation and estimates indicate that keeping the tax rates the same may result in an additional $167,000 in total property tax revenue. This is a result of anticipated growth in market values. The tax rate record will remain open until May 20, 2022 to receive any additional comments.
Is there anyone would like to speak for or against this? Do you guys have any questions for Michelle?
No.
Thank you for balancing.
Michelle, you may want to mention when it was advertised. We advertised it on
April 19th.
Just so that gets in the record.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so the tax rates was advertised on April 19th, but the prior Charter of City of Hagerstown Amendment for Article 7, Section 17 was advertised on April 14th.
Thank you. And thank you for balancing our budget yet again with no tax increase. We all appreciate it. And so that concludes that public hearing. Our third public hearing is the proposed budget from July 1, 22 to June 30th, 23.
A public hearing is being held for the fiscal year 23 proposed budget. This proposed fiscal year 23 budget for the city of Hagerstown totals $171,228,770 across all of the city funds. The primary fund remains the general fund at $54.7 million, which reflects an 11.8% increase, or $5.8 million more than the current year. All other governmental funds total $19.9 million combined, which is just $84,000 more than the current year budget. The total of all enterprise funds is another $85.7 million, which represents an increase of 31%, or $20.3 million over the current fiscal year 22 budget. The totals mentioned include both operating and planned capital expenditures for a citywide increase of 26.3 over the current fiscal year 22 budget. The public notification for the budget was advertised on April 19th. And the budget record will remain open until May 20, 2022 to receive additional comments.
Is there anyone who would like to speak for or against? You guys have any questions?
No.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. Up next, we have an introduction of an ordinance for tax rates beginning July 1, 2022.
Madam Mayor, hereby move for the introduction of an ordinance on May 10th, 2022 to establish the city's tax rates for the fiscal year July 1, 2022 through June 30th, 2023 on the basis of 1.002 per 100 assessed value of all real property, excluding properties designated as apartments, which will be 1.032 per 100 assessed value and 2.505 per $100 of assessed value of all business personal property within the city of Hagerstown. These rates are the same as current fiscal year 22 rates.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have introduction of an ordinance for budget fiscal year 22-23.
Madam Mayor, I hereby move for the introduction of an ordinance May 10th, 2022 to adopt the city's budget for fiscal year July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023 in the total amount of $171,228,770.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. City Administrator.
Mayor, I got a couple of things here. First and foremost, I want to send as large amounts of thoughts and prayers as we can to John Christ and his wife Nina. John is one of our deputy fire marshals, long time serving the city with Hagerstown Fire Department, and a great friend of not only myself but also many of the staff here. They were involved in an accident yesterday on Route 40. John is not in great shape. Nina was released from the hospital and with John now. John is a big man, both in physicality and in stature, and I know he's going to be just fine. But on behalf of the staff, we just send as many thoughts and good prayers his way for a speedy recovery. Saturday will be the ribbon cutting for Hatteras Plaza. The Hatteras Plaza area of the Cultural Trail behind BISFA. That ribbon cutting will be Saturday the 14th at 11 o'clock. It's also in conjunction with a big BISFA celebration going on at the same time. There'll be events up and down the full length of the trail. There's been planned by the Museum of Fine Arts and the BISFA Foundation. So hopefully the weather holds off and it's nice enough for that to be a really nice event. The first concrete was poured at skate park last week. Everything is on schedule for an opening in July, so we really look forward to that. And lastly, there are workshops being held at the Sailor House on Kiwanis Park off Eastern Boulevard, plaster wall repairs and finishing lessons that are every Friday in May until Memorial Day. So if you want to learn, those of us that live in old houses like myself that are having issues with how to repair your plaster walls, head on out there. It's a great opportunity to get some knowledge. And with that, I thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Brucci?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Councilmember Burnett?
No.
You guys are easy tonight.
It's
I just want to add to all of those public events that we are having a community cleanup next Saturday, the 21st, from 9 a.m. to 12. So if you just go out in your own neighborhoods, clean up, take some pictures, make sure you tag us so we can share all of the good things happening in the community. And we are also looking for volunteers to plant flowers. So Main Street is going to be purchasing flowers. They're going to be meeting in the square, and we're going to beautify downtown. So if you would rather plant flowers than maybe collect trash, please come to the square around 9 a.m. We could use the help. And lastly, I just want to take a second to thank our Congressman David Trone, who gave me and my 14-year-old daughter a really cool experience yesterday. We got to meet the President of the United States. And for a 36-year-old, I was very excited too, but for a 14-year-old who got to speak with the President of the United States, she was pretty excited, and he even took a selfie with her. So my genuine thank you to our Congressman. That was very kind of you to invite my daughter for that experience. And with that, I share in the the prayers and thoughts for Stretch and Nina, and you guys are in our thoughts. So with that, we're adjourned.